Welcome to Dakota's Spooky Decor. I have such a simple and spooky fun project right now using these two mason jars. These are from the Dollar Tree and they do have that cute little candle holder topper. I'll be using those for another project. So to start this first one off, I have these skulls that I got from the At Home store. They always have a great selection. These were from last year, 2021, so I'm not sure what they have this year as far as skulls go, but you can pretty much find them anywhere. So I did go through some trial and error with this. Um, I started by shoving some of the skulls in there and slowly adding the rocks around. The rocks are from the Dollar Tree as well, by the way. But I just could not get it to look the way I wanted. The rocks are on the smaller side, so they are covering up most of the skull's faces, and I knew if I added more rocks, it was just gonna cover up the majority of it. So I dumped it all out, but that's okay, we can always try again. So after I get those two skulls out, I'm gonna fill it up maybe a quarter of the way with the rocks, and then take the skull that doesn't have the lower mandible on and shove it on in there really nice and tight so it's up against that glass, and then top it off with more rocks. So that way we will see just enough of that skull face and it'll have a really nice spooky effect. Now that I've cleaned up my mess for the most part, I am just going to shove some random pieces of floral into it. These were green originally. I spray painted them black, and then I just have some black stems and black leaves on as well that I'm going to be shoving on in there. That's it. It's easy. And it's done. That was so simple. It's so cute and simple, and I love it. We will see more of that at the end. Now we're going to jump into the second jar. These skulls were also purchased from At Home. Alright, so I'm using red sand for this one, and I made a few mistakes on this one too. I had to redo it a couple times. First, I started by shoving a few skulls up on in there and covering it with sand, but the sand is way too fine. It just gets into all of those little nooks and crannies, so you don't really get to see the skull faces and the attributes, you know? You just see like little pieces of bone hitting the glass, so you don't really know what they are, so it kind of takes away the spooky effect. So we're gonna try something else. Which, whatever, easy peasy. There's no paint or glue in this project, so it's super easy to just keep redoing it until you like it. Here is when I decided to use a larger skull just to take up more space, since this is the only sand I have, other than white sand, but I didn't want to use that. And I am just going to shove 3 skulls in there and get them up against that glass so you can see the faces. One of them I really had to push in, but it's thin plastic. It's gonna bend and mold to what you want it to do before the glass would ever break. I am gonna top it off with that cute little black succulent from the Dollar Tree, but first I had to add just a little bit more sand. I figured I could get away with it. And there it is. That one is just as cute too. And again, so simple. These were so much fun to make. I had a good time. It was so easy, and you could get really creative with these. And honestly, these are just gonna stay in my house all year round. I hope this project inspires you to go make something awesome that you love. If it does, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out so much. I really appreciate it. And until next time, stay spooky.